What's up, guys, and welcome to episode 4 of the Torture God career mode. We are well into Torture God's UFC career. He's currently running on a 2-fight win streak with 2 finishes, one via knockout, one via submission. So far his UFC career has been going very, very well. Now, before I get into the next video, before we get into the next fight, I want to kind of start a drinking game type of thing, because essentially I noticed alongside my brother when we were watching my video back a couple days ago that I spam the word beautiful and I guess the words beautiful and nice when I comment. I commented over my own fight. So what we're gonna do is every time I say the word beautiful or the word nice, you're gonna take a drink. Now, it doesn't have to be alcohol, but it does have to be something. So whatever you decide to drink, enjoy, and hopefully if it is alcohol, you won't get too drunk, and if it is just just like juice or something like that, you won't get too sick. Because one time we did a drinking game with my brother, we drank juice, and we got sick based off of drinking too much juice, and how cringe and how stupid the latest Star Wars movie is. Anyway, moving on, picking our opponents. We could do a rematch with Douglas Estes, but who wants a rematch right now, especially because it was an easy fight. Alfie Atkinson, he's got pretty good stats, and I've been looking at Bobby McLean for a while now, but I think Alfie Atkinson, because he's the hardest matchup, his striking is way better, his grappling is on par, and his other stats are better than ours. I think he's going to kind of fit, and if you look at the tail of tape right here, it's actually pretty much dead even. We're the same height. He has a 1-inch reach advantage, so everything is pretty much dead even. That Torture God, he wants challenges. That's the biggest thing now. He's had, he's kind of picked and choosing some of the easier opponents, but now it's time for him to really start showing what he can do against the toughest opponents possible. Opens up with a head kick. Yves Levine is the referee. And he's going to start off with a leg kick. I think that the biggest thing here is that Torture God wants to show off different things. He's already gotten a submission. He's already gotten a few knockouts. He's won a tough decision. It's time for him to show something different. He gets rocked very early on here. 30 seconds in, he's already rocked. But he lands a good head kick. Nice little combo. So that's your first drink. Goes in for a takedown, does Atkinson, but it's stuffed. Let's see what Torture God decides to do. Since he has a submission, he could go to it. That is an option now. He also learned this little jumping crane kick type thing, but it goes to the body instead of the face, so it's not really that useful, at least based on, what I can kind of come up with. A good combination there, a good head kick. I'm trying my best not to say nice or beautiful. Oh, and a great a great uppercut there, of course, followed by the taunt. Excellent work so far from Torture God, responding to being rocked early on, and he's immediately going into some fuck you kicks. And this happens sometimes with the computer, where guys just kind of lay there and they just take the kicks. And yes, you lose a lot of energy, because if you look, every time I throw that leg kick, Torture God loses a lot of his stamina, but at the same time, he's doing quite a bit of damage. That left leg is already in dire straits, and that reduces the amount of pop that Atkinson can put on his punches, and just kind of, it just slows down his movements and stuff like that. Yves Levine stands him back up, and Torture God once again is trying to use that move. It's just not really landing for him, and it's really predictable. It doesn't really do any damage, so I don't know how much that's going to be used moving forward by Torture God, but he lands a solid body shot, and he stuffs another takedown, so Atkinson can't really take him down, and that's a great combination there from T-God. Misses with that, gets caught by a jab. A beautiful combo. Doing a really, really solid job here, keeping distance. Controlling the distance, really making sure Atkinson's always on the edge of his punches. That's a really, really solid leg kick. Makes him limp a little bit. A beautiful one right there. Keep drinking, guys. That's a great combo right there by Atkinson, who is trying to respond, but his leg is really fucked right now. And T-God has pretty much everything open to him. He can go to the body, he can go to the head, he can go to the leg. The important thing is that T-God doesn't get stupid. And that's a nice head kick right there. It's important that T-God doesn't get stupid and go to the leg too often, because if there's one thing that the AI does really, really well in this game, no matter what difficulty you're playing on, it's of course I'm playing on like the second hardest, which is Pro, because the hardest one isn't unlocked. Basically it adapts as you go on. So the more you throw something, the tougher it gets. And T-God is in very, very big trouble right now. He's rocked himself. Nice head kick there. So far, it's been a tough fight. T-God's doing a lot of work on that leg, but Atkinson is actually doing a pretty solid job of himself of doing some damage to T-God's head. And we all know that he's taking plenty of brain damage, so the more he takes, the worse it's going to get for him. But overall, I think that's a pretty solid round, not just for the fans, but also for T God himself, because it gave him the opportunity to show a bunch of heart. He landed some really nice shots and really well-placed uppercuts. That one sent him backwards. I think there's going to be the uppercut once again. I mean, there's not much to say. Like, T God, his striking isn't bad, but I think that he's severely lacking power. That's pretty damn clear, because it takes him forever to actually put somebody to sleep. And of course, his grappling isn't that great. Now, it's okay for now, but once we start going against some of the tougher opposition, it's gonna be really, really tough for T God to really do anything on the feet and on the ground. So he has to really start working on that, going to better gyms. It's gonna be very important moving forward. And meanwhile, Atkinson, he's got that left leg that's completely fucked. He can barely move now, even though in real life they'd be moving a hell of a lot worse. But he's still doing a pretty decent job. But you can tell that the punches aren't really doing as much damage. His takedowns are slower, so it does start to take an effect on him. Really, really solid combo right there. It's a 3-punch combo by Torture God. Really landing some big shots here. That's a really nice head kick from Atkinson. Let's see if T God can keep his composure, not do something stupid, keep from getting his leg kicks checked too badly. That's a solid head kick right there. Goes to the body but misses. Atkinson, he's keeping this kind of smart. He knows that Torture God's going to go to that leg. All right, so he needs to just focus on checking that. That's where the main damage is. And most importantly, look at the stamina difference. Oh, excellent head kick. T God goes to the body. But look at the stamina difference I was saying. And there it is. There it is. Check the leg kick. Torture God has to start worrying about that because he doesn't want to get hurt too bad in his own. That's an excellent placed leg kick though, right there, perfectly just above the knee. Atkinson is really suffering right now, and T God is exposing it. He switched stance so he can get more power on the leg kick and not have to worry about his right leg being fucked as well. That's another leg kick. T God is just aiming at that thing and wanting to punish the hell out of him. This is just brutal for Atkinson because if this guy, the only thing that's keeping him standing here is his heart. I mean, there's absolutely no reason this fight should be going on like this. And I get, like, legs aren't brain damage. They don't get. It's not like a brain. You're not gonna take just infinite punishment there. But at the same time, man, this could actually ruin his career in pretty severe fashion. I mean, imagine if T God with these infinitely powerful kicks absolutely just ruins his nerves and it gives him nerve damage. Maybe he gets paralyzed or something like that. Imagine that. So Evil Levine, he loves Torture just like Torture God, but at the same time, you kind of just gotta let him fight. But I guess you could technically say, Atkinson, if he can switch stance and start landing some stuff from there, then he's still in it because T God has pretty much no stamina left. Atkinson, meanwhile, he pretty much has full stamina. He hasn't really done anything. He's pretty much spent this entire fight on his back, or just taking leg kicks, or on his feet taking leg kicks. So he hasn't really been able to show much, and T God's just making sure that he keeps him there, making sure that he makes him suffer as much as possible because that's exactly what he loves to do. That's his modus operandi, his MO. That's what he fucking does. He can switch stances. Look at this too, man. Like, that left leg kick is doing a hell of a lot of damage too. That's like 3 or 4 unanswered kicks, and of course the taunting comes in just to ruin him. That time Atkinson does check it, and he does go in for a takedown, but unfortunately for him, the takedown actually happens after the buzzer, so I don't think that should count. It definitely wouldn't in real life. But there's no doubt about it, man. T God is doing a hell of a good job right here. He should definitely be by far ahead of the scorecards, unless Adelaide Bird's there. You never know with her, but he should easily, be ahead on the scorecards. But that's a beautiful shot there from Atkinson, and take a damn sip, or take a damn shot. I mean, T God, he's doing work, but he has to be careful because with his stamina that low, all it takes is one or two really nicely placed shots there from Atkinson, and he could definitely put T God to sleep, But he's just not checking the kicks, and he continuously falls to the ground, and eventually it's going to be too much. If he just allows that to continue, then there's only so much he can take. I mean, it's eventually going to end, but that time he checks it beautifully, and T God now has both legs. He has both of his own legs injured right now, so he can't just throw it. But look at that, man. Atkinson just refuses to block, but he must have a perk where when he gets rocked, he gains stamina because he just continues to gain more and more stamina. It's not really going to make a difference if he continues to just fight like that, and T God does a smart thing of taking a few steps back and making Evil Levine stand him up. And there it is. There it is. A leg kick finish. I mean, Atkinson really didn't put up much of a fight there. I don't know what the hell he was doing. I guess we kind of exposed a huge hole in his game. I mean, Torture God, he was not looking for an early finish. He was trying to go there and show what his Muay Thai skills, because he has been training a lot of Muay Thai. He actually has level 2 Muay Thai combos now. It's actually taking an effect. I mean, just look at this. It's a perfectly placed shot straight to the thigh. And Atkinson, he just can't take it anymore. He's probably eaten, I don't know, 40 to 50 of those. And even though T-God doesn't have a lot of power, it accumulates and eventually gets to the point where you basically can't stand anymore. And if you can't stand anymore, then what the hell are you even doing in there? Because you're not going to do anything on the ground, because you're not going to be able to get that leverage. And you're definitely not going to do anything on the feet. So T-God showing that, you know, his training has been paying dividends, and his takedown defense was pretty solid here, albeit against a guy who has no grappling, basically. So, things are looking good. That's 3 finishes on the bounce for him in the UFC. I think we have like a huge fight coming up, because if he can win that one, then it should pretty much propel him to, you know, to being a prospect if he can beat Walter Lara as well. So I think that, you know, he's well on his way to becoming a GOAT. You know, he's got 3 finishes already, and he's looking really, really solid. So overall, guys, I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, let me know in the comment section down below. Hit the like button, and also, guys, like, it's really important to me to get your feedback. So let me know in the comments what you think of this series so far. As I'm sure some of you guys have noticed if you've been here for a while, I don't usually, you know, like, pull through with these series. I usually do a few episodes and then stop, but I fully intend on this one and my FIFA career mode to continue these and really see them through. So hopefully you guys are enjoying it, and then look at this clip of T-God just absolutely demolishing Atkinson. And next fight's going to be very, very interesting, guys. I have a feeling you're going to enjoy it. So thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next episode. See you guys.